Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning, January 26th. So I suspect what I am feeling is collective feeling. So I want to talk about that real quick. I've been awake since 4 o'clock. Not necessarily because I didn't sleep good. I went to bed early last night. I was up a lot the night before. We were supposed to have this big storm coming through Indiana, central Indiana specifically, 5 to 8 inches. And that stresses me out. Just thinking about having a lot of snow, mostly because two reasons, I guess. Half the people at work don't show up, which puts extra burden on me. I have a 5-minute drive to work, so it's not hard for me to get in. And then finding parking at the end of the day is a freaking nightmare because I live in an apartment. So when they are predicting large amounts of snow, it causes me not to be able to sleep very well. So that's what happened the night before, and I went to bed early last night, and then I was awake at 4 o'clock this morning. So when I got up this morning, I was feeling kind of icky. I had some emotions that I was trying to figure out what it was, where it was coming from. You know, I could tell there was something stewing around in me. I just didn't know what it was. So I turned off the TV and just kind of, I played games on my phone, but still I had quiet in my head and was just kind of, when I have different emotions that have cropped up for me, I have a tendency to kind of ask myself, is it this? Nope. Is it this? Nope. Is it this? Nope. Is it this? Nope. Well, I did that same thing this morning, and what I realized I was feeling after kind of working on it for an hour was extreme loneliness. I don't have those feelings much anymore. I used to have those in the past a lot, but that doesn't crop up on me a whole lot. So I'm thinking this is a collective feeling. A lot of people must be feeling this right now, especially in the Northern Hemisphere. It's winter. I mean, like January and February in Indiana are probably the worst months. And it's, you know, when it's snowy outside and it's cold and you can't really even get out and walk very good because the sidewalks are slick or whatever, it just makes, you know, you're kind of stuck inside. And so as I was thinking about this morning, I felt like I needed to do a video on this because I have a feeling a lot of people must be going through this right now. And the question that I have is, are you feeling that? Can you put your finger on that and go, oh my God, yes, that is a feeling I am having right now? Or if you are not, have you felt it before? What do you do, or what have you done when you have had these feelings that's maybe overcome you? And for some reason, I feel like I need to be talking to the younger generation. I feel like this message is more for them, maybe because older people have kind of come to terms with that and know how to deal with it. We've been through this multiple times. So when I go in a funk, I've learned how to kind of pull myself out pretty quick. I feel like the younger generation, for some reason right now, might be struggling with this a lot. As we know, their modes of connection is the telephone, and it's texting. It's not even like talking to somebody on the phone, it's texting. So I can only imagine for probably people in their 20s and 30s, this might be rearing its ugly head really bad right now. So let's just assume that maybe I have several 20s and 30-year-olds or anybody that's watching this video right now, and we are giving them suggestions for bringing themselves out of this loneliness place, especially in the winter time. So I guess that's one of the things I'm looking for ideas. Because at the moment I'm kind of drawing a blank. Again, this isn't a place that I get myself into very often, so it's not something that I think about very often. But I'm curious what you guys have as advice for people that feel like they're very isolated, for people that feel like they're in that very extreme loneliness place. Um, like I said on my last video on Monday, Earth is a rough place to be right now. So it hits everybody in different ways. I know one thing that a lot of people will do when they're feeling these feelings is they will try to distract themselves. And that's kind of the worst thing that you can do because it doesn't deal with fixing anything. So I guess that's my question. Are you guys feeling it too? Even if you're in a relationship, you can feel that. I think I've heard many, many people say that laying in bed with someone that you are disconnected with is more of a lonely feeling than like someone like me who's never been married, because I don't have somebody, another body in the house that I'm disconnected from. So I'm curious. I'm just curious. I'm curious if you're feeling this. I'm curious how you've dealt with this in the past. I'm curious what your suggestions are for people that are in this space right now. Like I said, I feel like this is probably more collective than it is my personal feelings. And I guess that's it for now. But I want to talk real quick about the storm. Oh, my nose itches really bad all of a sudden. So, and this might be where this is cropping up for me at, because this is not something I can talk about with just everybody, but I'm going to bring it up to you guys because I've had this conversation with you before about kind of trying to work with the weather. So, of course, today's Thursday. So on Monday, Tuesday, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the news or the weather channels was blowing up this weather. Oh my God, it's going to be a big storm. We're going to have 5 to 8 inches. I talked to one of the girls at the office and they had a big rally that they were supposed to go to yesterday morning, Wednesday morning. And it was way like 45 minutes on a good day away from where we work. And it was way down by the airport. So that's a considerable drive. And if the weather was going to get really bad, then it's just going to be a nightmare. So she was kind of stressing out about that. And I was, again, stressing out about, God, I don't want 8 inches of snow because I'm not going to have any place to park. And I don't want to be like one of the only people that gets into the office because the roads are too bad. That makes, because people still have telephones so they can call in, which makes me doing all the work because I've had that happen last February. And so for my own selfish reasons and for my friends that I work with, I was trying to figure out if I could work with the weather and get them to bring it down. And I would say it like this to anybody. If you had a child that was upset or throwing a temper tantrum, you're going to try to talk it down, right? Same thing with an animal. If you have an animal that's upset or whatever, you're going to try to talk it down and use your energy to calm those situations down. I feel like we can do the same thing with the weather because I feel like that is all the same consciousness. So I am curious, do you believe that or not believe it? Do you believe that we have no control over the weather, or do you believe that we do? And so I was kind of on Tuesday, I was starting to kind of have the conversations with whoever would listen up there to bring the temperature up, because the higher the temperature, it's going to rain, and that means we're going to get less snow. And so I was just doing different things, trying to not get 5 to 8 inches of snow and make my life miserable and everybody else's that I knew. And so basically yesterday morning, well, in the middle of the night, like 3:30, 3:45, yesterday morning, I woke up and I looked at the radar because I kind of kept keeping an eye on it. I'm like, is it doing anything? Is it doing anything? And I woke up and there was a big green circle around where I live. Well, the green circle means that it's raining, and around me it was all blue. And I thought, that's a good sign. You know, maybe that's their indication to me that we are working on your behalf. They're not saving the whole city, but they might save my area in Carmel here. And so anyway, I get up yesterday morning and there's like almost no snow whatsoever. So nothing happened overnight. And it started about 8 o'clock yesterday morning and snowed pretty significantly from probably 8 to noon. But it was so warm out the day before that it all melted. And it was just like really super slushy out and stuff. So I don't know if I get to take any credit for not having a nasty big stack of snow or not. One of the girls at the office said she gave me credit for it. But, you know, it's one of those things of it's kind of hard to prove that I had anything to do with it. Anyhow, that's possibly where my personal extreme loneliness comes from, is because that's not something that you can tell everybody. And the majority of them aren't going to believe you anyway. You don't have any way to prove it. So you have maybe done something really significant or really good. But when you don't have anybody to talk to about it, that for me sets in that extreme loneliness mode. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I guess, again, I feel like this is a definite collective emotion that's happening, and I'm looking for recommendations to help people pull out of that feeling, because it's a icky feeling to be in. So anyway, have a good day. I will talk to you later, and we will chat again soon. Bye.